One of the dispositions I have that make me a successful teacher is high expectation. I choose high expectations because I think it's very important to keep kids accountable, and I do that by monitoring them a lot. I walk around the classroom, I have a lot of communication with the parents, and I assess in real time, and I change my practices doing that. Also, fairness, building positive relationship with the students was one of the bullet points. And I agree with that because what I do in my class is at the beginning of the year, I also try to make an atmosphere where kids can fail, but they don't feel afraid of failing. And they are encouraged to try hard even if they fail, because that's the process of learning. Also, I put my rules and routines from the beginning of the year, and so kids know what is the consequence and they have an input on all that. Then I have professional conduct. One of the bullet points is exhibit initiative, and I do that with the curriculum. Instead of just teaching what the curriculum says all the time, if I see that an activity is too difficult or an activity is not really working to master a standard, then I change the activity. And that to me is showing initiative for that. Honesty. Using student input to make decisions. I do that with the rules and routine from the beginning of the year. And also I send a questionnaire to the parents and to the kids to tell me about what they think I could change. Dedication. It says one of the bullet points is consistent attendance, but I think I see that more of myself, a dedication, when I stay after school with some kids that need help in math or reading. So what dispositions I need to work on to grow as an educator? So I have curiosity, I have advocacy, I have compassion, and I have diversity. With all of these, the main reason I choose all of these is because of the time. The bullet points were knowing the background of the kids, or being genuinely interested in students. Advocacy was engaging students in conversations beyond the classroom. And diversity and curiosity is challenging and motivating a student to think critically, to solve real world problems. And I feel that I sometimes I want them to achieve so much, or I want them to, in their education, that I don't give time to get to know them better, get to know them deeply. And I think that's one of the things I need to change. So another question is, what does a professional educator look like? And I think you need to be always presenting yourself very professional. When the parents come, I think you need to look professional in how you dress, how you look. Also, emotionally too, you need to control yourself. And I think that's how a professional should look like. Also, the last question is, what standards guide their thinking and actions? And I think their thoughts always control our actions and behaviors. So if we think a lot about one thing, we normally end up doing it, behaving like we are thinking. So with this answer, I will say the standard should be what we have learned in these dispositions, in these 10 dispositions. I know I need to improve in 3 or 4 of them. I need to give more time to my kids to